Hello everybody and welcome back to Let's Play Dragon Quest V with me, Get Dave. Off camera, I did a little bit of grinding because my goal is to not show really any, but I will show normal boss fights, or enemy fights. I'll show boss fights too. Anyway, the important thing is we're up to level 5 and the hero has learned heal. So that's going to let us adventure for quite some time, and now we'll do exploration. I also have some money, but I'm going to save it because I think the hero's pretty tough right now. He's doing okay. And none of these weapons are really rocking my world. Right now we're armed with a cypress stick, which is just as devastating as it sounds. That's right, you gotta equip stuff. I believe we've talked to you though. I have not picked up any treasures in the cave either. I just really hung out and killed generic enemies for a little while. Just near the entrance. Yay! Whealbrook bluestones. I don't remember if I ever figured out what they're for, but in Dragon Quest IV, the little DS minigame they added on at least had some practical benefit. This one, I haven't discovered a great thing behind it. Yeah, it does that. No, everybody thinks the world of him. Alright, I guess the inn. Pub underground? Yeah. Normally we would find more stuff in barrels. Yeah, not quite. But this game does span a large amount of time, so there's nothing special. Round back. Because recall they're here because Mr. Whitaker is ill. So our father's busy and no one else is willing to go looking to see what happened to the herbalist. So, if any of you ever watched Ego Raptor did a thing on why he hates Ocarina of Time, and a big part of it had to do with the game being an impediment to the hero's, well, heroic nature. Not so with this one. What's special about this kid? He'll go poke his nose into a dangerous place. Okay, let's go check it out. Wow, really? Normally I'd expect to find at least a medical herb. Alright, our amazing father. I'm gonna check one thing. I kind of want to show you this. So, we've been out adventuring. If you go to bed, or if you talk to Sancho, you can go to bed and you'll get all your HP and MP back. So, this is something you saw earlier, and when you come back on a new day, Pancraz will be there. And we didn't effectively catch up with him before. Game lag. You can see where he goes. If you die in the cave, I think you appear like that guy drags you back out. Alright, now Pancraz can take this other route. Burr baby. These guys sometimes explode, so kill them right away. Okay. Scaring everybody off. Once you crank the combat speed up to full, like, the DS Dragon Quest games have extremely fast-paced combat, so normally, if it were slower paced, I'd edit it out, but yeah, those boring bugs will sometimes defend, so like, the entire fight's over in however many seconds. So yeah, Pancraz can take this alternate version, or this alternate path into the cave. We can't yet. So we don't really know what he's up to. Pretty easy because I ground to a level where I should be able to one-shot basically all of them. So again, that looks like it's only accessible. I wonder if we can kill this guy. Okay. Yeah, we can pretty much one-shot everything. It's worth noting that the hero, like, despite being a 6-year-old boy, like, to have 27 strength on level 5 is just nuts. And I mean, we've had a couple of strength seeds or whatever, but that's really bonkers. But I would say, like in Dragon Quest IV, there's a weird thing for mid to late game equipment where characters will go like Torneko, his second best weapon has a strength of 45. Or his third best weapon has a strength of 45. His best one has a strength of 100. Like, there's these weird gaps. In this game, the weird thing is your character's wicked base stats. These guys either miss you or hit critical. They'd be perfect for killing slimes. Like metal slimes. So the weird thing with the hero is... Yay! He's got these really great stats, especially proportional to the equipment you can get. Or at least for offense. He's actually kind of slow and doesn't have the best defense. But that's okay. He's got some good healing magic. He learned some good air magic. He's a very good, well-rounded party leader. It's like... maybe a bit like a paladin would be? Well, no. A glass cannon-y version of a paladin. So the enemies are starting to wear us out a little bit. Normally we'd have to use... well, I mean, normally we would have been wiped out long ago, but we've got enough stuff to help with that. But we don't have to rely on medical herbs, thankfully. And I think I cleared out that entire level. And I also believe... yeah, there it is. This is the final level of the cave. These guys sometimes you have to watch out for. I think they only have maybe about 1 in 4 odds of critting you. Yay. Time to heal again. You can use that as a shorthand for healing, especially when you have more party members. It can get... I'm gonna talk to this guy first. Sure. You got saved by a 6-year-old boy, old man. Rockefeller. It's puntastic. Not exactly sure how the herbs help. I always assumed they were eating them, but some people in the comment section were implying that they may be smoked. Oh. I think you can use those, and those would be pretty good. Oh. Okay, they nerfed them a bit for this game, but that's alright. You see a lot of the same equipment across Dragon Quest games. This is, I would say, the first one that started deviating from their relative strengths. A little bit, like Copper Swords got a bit better and a lot more expensive. There were little tiny twists like that. But this sort of became the standard for how things worked later on in the series. Like, if you come years later for Dragon Quest VIII, you'll see strength value, like the Copper Sword, I think, costs the same and is the same strength. So, you know. Alright, walk in open fields if you want to avoid monsters. Or alternately, if you want to grind. That's actually been in the series since the very first Dragon Quest. They took out one little twist where, in the original and only the original, if you were walking over the small mountain terrain, you walked slower and had a higher chance of encountering monsters. They took that out and you just walk at a uniform rate now. Oh, it bugs me when enemies defend. When it's just two people, there's no point. We got decent damage, but still no kill. That's okay, though. Now that we've got all this armor... Boy, that would have made grinding a lot easier. Now that we've got it, we're pretty much invincible, except to those critical hits. Alright, success! Yeah, we can cross here. And we have rescued the herbalist, so... And 2 broken legs, no doubt. No problem. This better be good. I don't think he can equip that. Those are the handbags that you'll see in later Dragon Quest games. Well, maybe we can sell it. Buenas noches. And something's changed. What with the cold coming in and the monsters. Do you want to come along? No, I'm gonna stay here by myself. I guess Sancho could take care of him. Do you want to come with me, or do you want to stay home, alone with nothing to do and only books you can't read to keep you company? So, having basically completed our introductory quest, we'll be back in no time. So this sort of segues into a little bit more independence, but that's probably a video away or so. No encounters. Likewise, whoever you are. Getting a little bit of lag. That might be due to any number of things, so if it persists, I'll figure it out off camera. Could just be because we have so many party members. Hanging out with a sick man. Sure, I'll go for a walk. Why didn't you? He is ill. Yeah! Okay, so we're hanging out with Bianca now. And she's officially in the party. And has both a pot lid and a hand-woven cape, so I guess we can sell them. I think she has some offensive magic, but she might not learn it for a couple levels. She's sort of a half support, half offensive mage, I think. If she learns oomph, she'll be very useful. But I don't remember that detail, and that's okay. Chimera Wing. So that's going to allow us to warp back to a town we've already visited. I think it can only take us back to like whatever our base town is. So whatever town your father is in at first, because this is a tiny spoiler, but it's a story bit to determine, or like to recover the spell Zoom, which is a staple of the Dragon Quest series that lets you visit a town you've already been to, and it's really useful for getting around. There we go. Count Up Titan. So the Toff's tea set is like the first collectible you get in this weird collecting theme things game, and I'm not sure if there's any tangible benefits to it. I was mentioning it briefly earlier. We're not going to go in depth on it because it just kind of is weird and kills the momentum. Well, we can't get into what appears to be either a bar or something a bit saucier, judging by the man in the leather mask. A pet cat, you say? Being mean to an animal. Whoa. Alright, we have to go defeat some ghosts. I like how the dilemmas are a bit more childlike as well. In the adult era, we'll be eating that cat. Okay. We have a pretty good sum of money. What we want is the boomerang, which will transform our lives. You don't want to compromise and get the Thorn Whip either. You need the boomerang. So it's super strong, stronger than a copper sword, and hits all of the enemies. The way boomerangs work is it attacks left to right, you can't target it, and it does full damage, then a little bit less, then a little bit less. It loses about a quarter of its strength every time it hits another enemy, but it's still really useful. Okay, we can definitely get rid of these. Oh, I think we're gonna be just short. Okay, she has the pot lid. Good. Okay, we're close enough that I will just sell medical herbs to get through the final bit. Or I could sell a TNT ticket. Let's do that. We won't encounter our first TNT board for a little bit, and I'm on an emulator. I am 100% going to cheat to win at TNT, and you'll see why. The hero! Alright, we're set. The Thorn Whip is a bit like the boomerang, except it only hits one group, and it's a little weaker. Yeah, Bianca's defense is quite low. We might get into a bit of trouble. All this is pretty normal stuff. This was the silk robe in earlier versions of the game. Or earlier games in the series, I should say. Some pretty good equipment for her. Unfortunately, it requires money. Okay, and we've traipsed around town. Off we go. Old Whitey also owns the inn. There we are. But what about that bit with the cat? I've already looted those drawers. I should have sold the Chimera Wing. Oh well. And bedtime. Quest 2, everybody. We've got some ghosts to kill and a cat to save. I'll see you all in the next episode.